In the last video we talked about making the sun symbol face, and in this video we're going to talk about making the patterns around the outside and any other designs or patterns that you want. So in the last video we talked about sculpting the face and kind of making the mouth look nice and the eyes look nice and all that. And in this one we're going to take some just very simple tools and do what's called impressed texture. Now, first things first, I want you to make sure that by the end of class Mr. Lundgren has come around and put 2 holes in your sun symbol. Right up here at the top, I'm going to take this handy dandy little tool and I'm going to poke 2 little holes. 1 and 2. The 2 holes you can incorporate into your design if you'd like, but Mr. Lundgren needs to have those 2 holes there, and I'll pull it up so you can see them. You can see them now through there. Should have those holes that go all the way through so you can hang your sun symbol up later. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take any old tools in your box. I'm going to use kind of these 3 tools here: marker cap, old paintbrush, and some other marker caps to make some designs. I'm going to start by making my repeated pattern to create my design with just a regular marker cap. I'm going to start up here. I'm just going to press it down in. You can see how it makes that round shape, circle shape, and I'm just going to push it in and make a pattern around the outside edge. And as I go, I'm going to continue my pattern right over my pocket, and that's actually going to help squish the clay together. You don't want to push in so far that you break the surface of the clay or cut the surface of the clay, but you want it to be in enough so that, see how I kind of incorporated those circles right into my pattern? You want them pushed in enough so that they make an interesting design, but that they don't press all the way through and cut your clay. And notice how my clay wants to stick to the tool, and if I twist it, then the clay doesn't want to stick as much. Okay? So there's something to be said for being careful with your tools, going slow, using good craftsmanship. Okay, there we go. Now you're going to have something to paint in there, and I'm going to take my other tool here and I'm just going to make some dots inside of my little light rays here, because we saw this in some of our sun symbol pictures we looked at, that those cultures, various cultures we watched and looked at, had repeated dot patterns. And notice I'm just using this to kind of press in to the surface. Alright, now what you can do, I'm going to take my beloved popsicle stick here, and I'm just going to make some texture on my pocket. I'm going to take this texture and I'm just going to kind of make this lined texture just to give it some interest, just by kind of like slashing through. You don't have to do this, I'm just showing you what could be done, just to give the front some texture. Okay, and I'm going to take this here. If I tilt it up, you can see the inside where that paper is. And remember, the paper is going to burn away, right? But I'm going to take this and push into the clay just to make a little ridge along the top, just to give it some texture. Remember, this is all about making texture. Okay, so if I tilt that up again and kind of hold it sideways so the light can catch it, you can see that texture on there now. Okay, and I think I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave this background here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do something else. I'm going to put the moon up here. I'm going to draw the moon. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm not going to draw the moon. I want to draw the moon on the pocket again because I like it how it looks on the pocket. So I'm just going to take some clay and smooth that out so we can't see it anymore. If you mess up, you can always erase it, right? So I'm going to go back. I'm going to smooth this out. Just use my popsicle stick and smooth it out. And I'm going to redraw the moon and the stars. Okay, just like I had on my other one. So here's my moon. And notice I'm taking my popsicle stick and kind of cutting the surface. I'm not cutting all the way through. I'm just drawing into the surface. I'm going to put my star here. And then I'm going to take my finger and smooth over the inside and retrace the outside. Good, so we got the moon, the sun, the stars, everything that's important in the reaches of outer space. Okay, so there we go. Sun, stars, moon, texture. It's important that you have the texture all the way around the outside. It's important that you have the sun symbol finished with all the little textures and everything, and then you have some decoration on the front pocket. Now, do you need to copy mine? Do you need to make it exactly like mine? No. You have to have a sun. Whatever you put on the front pocket is fine. Whatever decorations and patterns you have around the edge is fine, as long as you've got a repeated pattern along the edge. Okay? And that concludes the creating of our sun symbol pocket.